Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Valentine. Nice to be with you again. If this is the first time I've had the pleasure, nice to make your acquaintance. Today, I am finally watching Good Will Hunting. Now, this film made its impression on pop culture. Therefore, I know that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are in this, and they won the Oscar for it. I know Robin Williams is in it, who, by the way, I haven't seen many movies of his. I think I've only seen Flubber. I primarily know him through like stand-up and interviews. His mind is should be in the Smithsonian, or at least at the night at the museum. But yeah, I know that either Ben Affleck or Matt Damon's character is a janitor, a smart janitor. And at some point, somebody says, "How about them apples?" So I can't wait to hit play and put the pieces of the puzzle together after all these years. And if you want to support the channel, you've heard it. If you heard it once, you've heard it a million times. Like, subscribe, leave comments down below, etc., etc. But without further ado, let's tap into the movie Good Will Hunting, shall we?
I also put an advanced Fourier system on the main hallway chalkboard, and I'm hoping that one of you might prove it by the end of the semester. The person to do so will not only be in my good graces, but also go on to fame and fortune, having their accomplishment recorded and their name printed. MIT Tech.
Okay, so you're going down the annals of history. Annals, history. Is that redundant?
I didn't get on Kathy last night. Kathy!
What?
Why didn't you give me none of that nasty little hoochie-woochie you usually throw at me?
You and your Irish curse.
Why didn't you give me some of that punani?
Like I'd waste my energy spreading my legs for that Tootsie Roll dick. So go home and give it a tug yourself.
Tootsie Roll!
When I dip, you dip, you dip. Put your hands up on my hips. When I dip. He's a regular math buff. Buffing the floors.
Casey's bouncing up a bar at Harvard next week. We should go up there. What are we gonna do up there? Up some smart kids. Probably fit right in.
I love the Boston and Massachusetts accent, dude. Billy Burr has made me a fan.
Professor Lambeau, I'm in your applied theories class. We're all up at the Math and Science building.
It's Saturday. Unless you want to have a drink with me tonight.
Maybe.
Professor, have some decorum.
We just couldn't wait until Monday to find out
Find out what?
who proved the theorem.
This is correct.
He's stupefied.
Who did this? Jack?
Wasn't me.
Hamish? No way.
Will knows him.
Fucking Carmine Scott Paglia. That kid used to beat the shit out of me in kindergarten. Yeah.
In kindergarten. It's a hell of a grudge. Getting smacked upside the head while you're trying to finger paint, for Christ's sake.
Double burger? Double burger? Chuck, I had a double burger. Did you shut up? I know what you ordered. I was there. So give me a sandwich. You mean your sandwich?
There's always that one guy that turns everything into a song, like Andy Bernard. Ru-du-du-du-du.
Well, give me 16 cents that you got on you now. We'll put your sandwich on layaway. We'll put you on a program. Every day you come in with your 6 cents, and at the end of the week, you get your sandwich.
Get a pickle today, a slice of cheese tomorrow.
Hey, hold up, Jack.
What do we got?
I don't know yet.
The usual suspect. Is that kindergarten prick? Let's get ready to rumble!
Hi, it's me. It's me, Will. Remember we went to kindergarten together?
It's the kindergarten reunion of a kind. That one kid had a security t-shirt on. There's a rumble in the jungle. I love the use of slow motion here. Oh! Will was taking out some childhood trauma on his face. He's like, I've been thinking about that day in kindergarten for the past 20 years, bucko. All right, so Will is a hothead. Noted.
And there is a problem on the board right now that took us more than 2 years to prove. So let this be said. The gauntlet has been thrown down, but the faculty have answered, and answered with vigor.
All right. That was minor work. They said try this on for size.
Sorry. What are you doing? Sorry. That's people's work. You can't graffiti here. Don't you walk away from me. Hey, you.
Did he say graffiti? Gone without a trace. I like this juxtaposition of a janitor who's a regular Einstein. There's a lot of grist for the mill there.
Oh my God.
Looks right.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Math from Adam. Do we have any mathematicians who's watching this right now? Is that accurate? Is it sound? Because it looks all hieroglyphic to me.
Time out. I'm gonna have to bust a little move on them hot and honeys down the end of the bottom. Work some magic.
All right, baby. Shoot your shot. Let's see what you got. Charisma-wise. Or Riz, as the young folks would say these days.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
You ladies,
How often?
do I come here? I come here a bit.
You from around these parts?
So I think I had a class with you.
Oh, yeah? What class?
History.
Maybe.
Yes, I think that's what it was.
Don't know much about history.
What class did you say that was?
History.
Just history? It must have been a survey course.
You should check it out. It's a good course. It's good.
We've been compromised over.
You know, frankly, I found the class, rather elementary.
Elementary. You know, I don't doubt that it was. I remember that class. It was just between recess and lunch.
We could have a problem?
No. There's no problem here. Just hoping you might give me some insight into the evolution of the market economy in the southern colonies.
This fella.
All right, of course that's your
Hang on a
contention.
sec.
You're a first-year grad student. You just got finished some Marxian historian, Pete Garrison, probably. You're gonna be convinced of that till next month.
Hey-o, the cavalry is here.
That's gonna last until next year. You're gonna be in here regurgitating Gordon Wood, talking about utopia and the capital-forming effects of military mobilization.
A little meta-analysis for the win.
See, the sad thing about a guy like you is in 50 years, you're gonna start doing some thinking on your own. You come up with the fact that there are two certainties in life. One, don't do that. And two, you dropped 150 grand on an education you could have got for $1.50 in late charges at the public library.
Yo.
Yeah, but I will have a degree. And you'll be serving my kids fries at a drive-thru on our way to a skiing trip.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but at least I won't be unoriginal. But I mean, if you have a problem like that, we could just step outside. We could figure it out.
Authenticity. He's like, yeah, that may very well be the case. But you're a fraud. You're a sham. You're a phony, bucko.
You're an idiot. I'm sitting over there for 45 minutes waiting for you to come and talk to me. I couldn't sit there anymore waiting for you.
Well, I'm Will.
Skylar.
Skylar.
Skylar likes the cut of Will's jib.
Hey, wait, hold on. Skiing trip. I should have beat those. Do you like apples?
Yeah.
Well, I got a number. How do you like them apples?
I knew he was going to say that. And yeah, that tickles me. Because what does that mean? ¿Te gustas manzanas?
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I just need the name of the student who works here.
No students work for me.
Well, could you please check? I have this guy who works in my building. He's about this high.
Which one is
blonde.
your building?
2. Building 2.
Like, surely he has to be enrolled here. He has to be matriculating here, right? If he's solving these equations with ease.
Look, if anything was stolen, I should know.
No. I just need his name.
I can't give you his name unless you have a complaint.
This is Professor Lambeau.
This is Professor Hayes.
So,
We're rubbing shoulders here.
this is important. Please.
Got this job through his PO. You can call him.
P.O.
Parole officer.
Oh.
Thank you.
Will's got a history. Includes, but is not limited to, street fights.
whereby a defendant can claim self-defense against an agent of the government if that act is deemed a defense against tyranny, defense of liberty.
Your Honor, Henry Ward Beecher in Proverbs from the Plymouth Pulpit, 18.
Oh, he's representing himself. I love it.
Excuse
Gonna
me.
make a mockery of the court.
I am afforded the right to speak in my own defense, sir, by the Constitution of the United States. And that it cannot take a long breath, laws are girded too tight. Without liberty, man is a cinco.
Man is a what?
I like a subtle pushing of the camera at an appropriate moment. I'm a sucker for it.
Motion to dismiss is denied. $50,000 bail.
Thank you.
Hello?
He has his work cut out for him.
I was wondering if you'd call me.
Yeah, look, I was wondering. Hold on one second.
No.
Hey,
What's up, baby? You want some of my
Hervé. I remember you from Juvie. How you doing?
No, thank you. Double it and give it to the next person. S'il vous plaît.
Sometime this week. Sit out at a cafe.
Sure, where are you?
Well, actually, this is just a shot in the dark, but
It's funny you should ask.
there's no chance that you're pre-law, is there?
I've spoken to the judge, and he's agreed to release you under my supervision.
Really?
What's the catch here, brother?
But under two conditions.
One of those.
First condition is that you meet with me every week. Mandatory mathematics. And the second condition is that you see a therapist. And I'm responsible to submit reports on those meetings. If you fail to meet with any of those conditions, you will have to serve time.
He's looking at him like, you trolling, right?
All right, I'll do the math, but I'm not going to meet with any therapist.
It's better than spending that time in jail, isn't it?
You've given him something to consider. There's no way. There's no way humanly feasible. He's reading that fast, right? Who is he? Sheldon Cooper? Photographic memory? Eidetic memory?
I read your book, and Mike was having the same problem Chad, the stockbroker, was having.
Absolutely right. Right on the button. Good for you, Will. Very nice.
He read that book. He was doing recon. That's funny. It's a funny idea.
There are no more shenanigans, no more tomfoolery, no more ballyhoo.
You're right.
Ballyhoo. No more malarkey. Hokum. Balderdash.
I know.
You're not going to get off that easily. Come on, Will.
Well, I mean, I do things, you know. I mean,
What?
Doo-doo. Immaturity.
I go places. I interact. Certain clubs,
More? It's nice, yes. What sort of clubs?
like fantasy.
Fantasy.
It's not bad.
My stars.
The music like owns you. It's like that house music. It's like bum 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 boom 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 boom. You know, you start dancing. Do you find it hard to hide the fact that you're gay?
What are you talking about? What?
Look, buddy, seconds ago you were ready to give me a jump.
A jump? Are you? I'm terribly sorry to disappoint.
The uncomfortable laugh.
I'm with it. I don't care if you putt from the rough.
What are you from the rough? What on earth are you talking?
Now there's an idiom.
Well, I'm going on national television next week. I haven't even got time to tell you, much less talk to that raving loony in there. An absolute lunatic he is.
He cut him to the quick. Quick work. He read his book, was like, all right, I got this guy's number.
What do you see? Figure. It's hovering over me. It's touching. Where is it touching you?
Is he being hypnotized? Biggie Smalls?
Start dancing, dancing. Can make a lot of love before the sun goes down. Sky rockets in flight, afternoon delight. Hey, afternoon.
He's lampooning the entire process.
You really hypnotized me, you know. He left. You can't pin that on me. Look into my eye. Get out, Will. Don't need therapy.
That's enough. Get out.
This Will is a tough nut to crack, man.
Well, there is someone. He used to be my roommate in college. Trust. Very important. In a relationship, it's also very important.
Shout out Robin Williams, man. Rest in peace.
Okay, everybody, that's it for today. Thanks. We'll see you Monday. We'll be talking about Freud, why he did enough cocaine to kill a small horse.
I wonder how much of this is improv. Because Robert Williams was the improv master.
But he's a bit defensive. And I need someone who can get through to him.
Like me.
Yeah, like you. Well, because you have the same kind of background.
What background?
Well, you're from the same neighborhood.
He's from Southie.
Small world. They're both equipped, cut from the same cloth.
How many shrinks you go to before me?
5.
Let me guess. Barry.
Yeah.
Henry.
Yeah.
Not Rick.
Sean, please.
Surely. Anybody but Rich.
Pumped. Let's let the healing begin. Do you buy all these books retail, or do you send away for like a shrink kit that comes with all these? You like music? It's a real piece of Oh, well, tell me what you really think.
Tell me how you really feel, Will. That rhymed.
What concerns you? Just the coloring. It's paint by number. Is it color by number? Because the colors are fascinating to me. Are they really? What about that? I think you're about one step away from cutting your hair off. Really?
Oh.
I should move to the south of France, change my name to Vincent.
He's saying, Van, go F yourself.
The sky's falling on your head, the waves are crashing over your little boat. Yours are about to snap. You're just pissing your pants, you're crying for the harbor, so maybe you do what you gotta do.
He's like, two can play this psychoanalytical game.
Let me do my job now. You start with me, come on. Maybe you married the wrong woman.
Maybe you should watch your mouth.
Uh-oh. Careful.
Want you right there, Chief, all right? Well, that's it, isn't it?
Oh, he done found the sore spot.
You married the wrong woman? What happened? Why'd she leave you? Was she, banging some other guy? If you ever disrespect my wife again, I will end you. I will end you. Got that, Chief? Time's up. Yeah.
Such an intensity. Once you get called chief, you know things are taking a turn for the worse.
I'll understand if you don't want to meet with him again.
Thursday, 4 o'clock. Make sure the kid's here.
Yeah.
He rocked him, though, intellectually and emotionally. We'll be playing Jedi mind tricks, dude. These are the therapists you're looking for. Of course, he still got the wedding ring on. I love the cinema so much because it's communicating a lot without verbally saying anything. Show, don't tell.
I know you've been thinking about it. Did you have you happen to get a good night kiss?
Yeah, I was hoping to get good night late. But I'll settle for like a kiss,
Very noble of you.
It's not the worst consolation prize.
Well, I think we should just get out of the way now.
Right now?
No.
All right, let's go ahead and rip this Band-Aid off, man. We know what's happening. Let's lock lips and proceed.
So what's this? This is really nice. You got a thing for swans? Is this like a fetish? It's something like... Maybe we need to devote some time to...
He's such a hilariously difficult patient.
Thought about what you said to me the other day about my painting. You're just a kid. You don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about.
Why, thank you.
So if I asked you about art, you'd probably give me the skinny on every art book ever written.
The skinny, the dope, the scoop.
I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel. If I ask you about women, you'd probably give me a syllabus of your personal favorites.
Robin Williams' acting has me transfixed.
But you can't tell me what it feels like to wake up next to a woman and feel truly happy. I ask you about war, you'd probably throw Shakespeare at me, right? Once more into the breach, dear friends. But you've never been near one. You've never held your best friend's head in your lap and watch him gasp his last breath looking to you for help.
Ooh. The pathos being exuded. Man, he's communicating in a very poetically effective way.
And you would know about sleeping sitting up in a hospital room for 2 months holding her hand because the doctors could see in your eyes that the terms visiting hours don't apply to you. That only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself.
Some of that transcendent love.
No one could possibly understand the depths of you. But you presume to know everything about me because you saw a painting of mine. You ripped my life apart.
This is such a riveting complexity.
But you know what? I can't learn anything from you. I can't read in some book. Unless you want to talk about you, who you are, then I'm fascinated. I'm in. But you don't want to do that, do you, Sport?
And the music crescendos.
You're terrified of what you might say. Your move, Chief.
I like the point I appreciate the point he's driving at here. Sometimes when you have a difficult past, it'd be hard to look in the mirror and introspect. He's asking him to examine his own thoughts and feelings. And ain't no telling what Will's gone through to make him act thusly.
If we do the whole thing this way, then
Hey, look. I wrote it down. It's simpler this way.
sometimes people get lucky.
He's like, let me put it in layman's terms for you Neanderthals, you troglodytes. Quit wasting my time here.
You know, I was on this plane once, and I'm sitting there, and
We got action.
captain gets on, he does this whole, we'll be cruising at 35,000 feet, but then he puts the mic down, he forgets to turn it off. And so he turns to the co-pilot, he's like, all I could use right now is a blowjob and a cup of coffee. So the stewardess was bombing up from the back of the plane to tell him that the microphone's still on. This guy in the back of the plane's like, hey, hon, don't forget the coffee.
You ever been on a plane?
I like a good street joke.
No, but it's a joke. It works better if I tell it in the first person.
Yeah, it does.
I went on a date last week. Beautiful. She's smart. She's fun.
So call her up, Romeo.
Why? So I can realize she's not that smart, that she's boring? This girl's like perfect right now. I don't want to ruin that.
Maybe you're perfect right now. Maybe you don't want to ruin that.
Hey, that's tough, man.
But I think that's a super philosophy, Will. That way you can go through your entire life without ever having to really know anybody.
Oh, look at the gliding camera, like that one shot in Parasite.
My wife used to fart when she was nervous. She had all sorts of wonderful little idiosyncrasies. She used to fart in her sleep. One night it was so loud it woke the dog up.
Nocturnal flatulence.
I didn't have the heart to tell her. She woke herself up.
Oh, man. To be a fly on the wall that night.
He's been dead 2 years, and that's I remember. It's wonderful stuff, Little things like that. Yeah, but those are the things I miss the most.
This movie is handling tonal shifts immaculately.
You're not perfect, Sport. This girl you met, she isn't perfect either. But the question is whether or not you're perfect for each other. That's the whole deal. That's what intimacy is all about.
It's a beautiful notion. And wonderfully accurate.
You ever think about getting remarried?
My wife's dead.
Hence the word remarried.
She's dead.
Well, I think that's a super philosophy, Sean. And that way you could actually go through the rest of your life without ever really knowing anybody.
Oh, pot calling the kettle. Sirius Black. Touche, Will. Touche.
I was wondering if give me another crack at it, let me take you out again.
I can't.
All right.
Oh no, I didn't mean I can't, ever. I just can't right now. I've got to assign the proton spectrum for bogamine. Well, that sounds really, really interesting. It's actually fantastically boring.
All right.
But then maybe some other time.
Like tomorrow?
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I want something on paper, sweetheart. I need something concrete.
What are you doing here?
I couldn't wait till tomorrow.
Did you get this?
I had to sleep with someone in your class.
I hope it was some with the open-toe sandals and the really bad breath.
Come on, let's go have some fun.
No, I've got to learn this.
Well, you're not going into surgery tomorrow, are you?
No?
Let's go.
Not necessarily. Yeah, let's save us both some time. Let's continue building this rapport so we can inevitably make a beast with two backs. Speaking of Shakespeare.
You got lots of brothers and sisters.
Do I have a lot of brothers and sisters?
That's what I said.
Irish Catholic, what do you think?
Right.
And babies be coming out like hotcakes.
Do you still see all of them?
Yeah, well, they all live in Southie. I'm living with 3 of them right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to meet them.
Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, you know, I read your book last night. Oh.
You're digging yourself a hole here, brother. It's not the hole you want to be in just yet. Excuse me for my crassness.
And you don't regret meeting your wife?
Why? Because the pain I feel now? Oh, I got regrets, Will, but I don't regret a single day I spent with her.
That is charming, man. Wonderful expression of love. The juice is worth the squeeze.
Why do we always stay here?
Because it's nicer than my place.
Yes, but I've never seen your place.
I know.
Well, I think I could make it to South Boston.
It's kind of a hike.
I'm about to make it to South Boston, if you know what I mean.
What if I said I would not sleep with you again until you let me meet your friends? If you're not thinking with your wiener, then you're acting directly on its behalf.
Wiener. I haven't heard the word wiener since the early aughts. We got to bring the word wiener back. Okay, hold on. Lock in.
My phone's been ringing off the hook with job offers.
What kind?
Well, cutting-edge mathematics, think tanks.
It's great that there are offers, but I don't really think he's ready for that.
Yeah, dude, we got to crawl before we walk here.
Maybe he doesn't want what you want. There's more to life than a Fields medal.
This is too important, Sean. And it's above personal rivalry.
Wait a minute.
Both of them have a reasonable argument.
We give him time to figure out what he wants.
That's a wonderful theory, Sean. It worked wonders for you, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, you arrogant prick.
Sorry. I'm sorry that I came here today. I came here out of courtesy. I wanted to keep you on the loop.
Yeah, because the therapist, what's his name? Sean, he can see, he's able to examine just what Will constitutes, his kind of profile. And he's like, if we move too quickly, he's gonna go, and his life is gonna go awry. Instead of the road less traveled, it's gonna be the penitentiary more traveled.
Well, have you studied organic chemistry?
A little bit.
Oh, just for fun?
Yeah, for kicks.
Yeah, it's so much fun studying organic chemistry.
For the love of the game.
You know, there are very smart people here at Harvard. They have to study because this is really hard. And yet, you do it so easily, I don't understand. I don't understand how your mind works.
Did you play the piano?
He's like, what's your ambition, huh? What's your object?
Beethoven, okay? He looked at a piano, and it just made sense to him. He could just play.
You play the piano?
No, not a lick. I mean, I look at a piano, I see a bunch of keys, 3 pedals, and a box of
Doesn't get the metaphor.
But you can do my OChem paper in under an hour.
cable, stuff like that. I could always just play.
It's a fascination. That's a fascinating point of view. Because some people, they just got it, they don't.
It's not fair.
What's not fair?
I've been here for 4 years, and I've only just found you.
Aww. She has fallen for you, Will. I do declare. Hook, line, and sinker.
Will, come to California with me.
What?
A romantic overture.
I want you to come to California with me.
You sure about that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but how do you know? Yeah, but how do you know?
I know because I feel it.
Because that's a really serious thing you're saying.
I know.
You could be in California next week, and, you know,
Has a lot of magnitude.
you might find out something about me you don't like, and you wish you hadn't said that. But, you know, it's such a serious thing that you can't take it back, and now I'm stuck in California. Someone doesn't really want to be with me, just wish they had a take back.
He is wanting in self-assuredness.
I just want you to come to California with me.
I can't go to California with you.
Why not?
One, because I got a job here, and 2, because I live here.
Look, if you don't love me, you should just tell me
I'm not
because
saying
it's
I
such a...
don't love you.
Oh man, it's hitting the fan. His insecurities are rearing its ugly head.
You live in this safe little world where no one challenges you and you're scared.
Don't tell me about my world. Don't tell me about my world. You just want to have your little fling with, like, the guy from the other side of town. Then you're going to go off to Stanford. You're going to marry some rich prick who your parents will approve of. Just sit around with the other trust fund babies and talk about how you went slumming too once.
Oh man, that is devastating. his perspective is self-defeating.
You're afraid of me, you're afraid that I won't love you back. You know what? I'm afraid too.
What do you want to know? What? That I don't have 12 brothers? That I'm an orphan? No, you don't want to hear that.
I didn't know that.
Cigarettes put out of me when I was a little kid. Stab me. You don't want to hear that, Skylar. Don't tell me you want to hear that shit.
Oh, that's brutal.
I just want to be with
Don't
you.
me. Don't you me.
Oh.
I love you.
My man's broken, dude. He's endured a lot of pain and hardship.
I want to hear you say that you don't love me. Because if you say that, then I won't call you.
I don't love you.
She done poked at the wound. Once you do that, all bets are off, man. Because you can see in his eyes the ambiguity, the conflict. He's like, yeah, I do love you. I'm getting the sense that he does love her, but how she made him feel about his lot is tragic, man. To think this all started because she loves him so much that she wants him to move with her across the states, United States.
I hope you appreciate what he's doing, because I've seen how much he enjoys working with you, not against you.
I guess coming off as a little bit of a little paternalistic. That one Matt Damon interview.
So you take this MBA style thinking, right? There's this intrinsically paternalistic view of problems that are much more complex than that.
Hey, look, can we do this at Sean's office from now on? Because I gotta knock off work to come here and the commute is killing me.
Yeah, sure.
But did you think of the possibility?
That's right. Just take it home with you.
He gave him some homework.
I'll give you a job myself. I just wanted you to see what was out there.
Maybe I don't want to spend the rest of my life sitting around explaining to people.
Ooh. Oh, have a little... Dad, take 2 of those and call me in the morning.
Do you know how easy this is for me? A joke. And I'm sorry you can't do this. I really am, because I wouldn't have to sit here and watch you fumble around and it up.
Oh, this is elementary. Basic math. This is checkers. I play chess.
Most days I wish I never met you. Because then I could sleep at night. I didn't have to walk around with the knowledge that there was someone like you out there.
It's a compliment of a kind.
I didn't have to watch you throw it all away.
Hey, that's brutal, man. You can interpret him as looking out for his best interest, but, you know, Will has to work on himself first before he can be of service to the world. And the therapist knows that. Sean knows this. It's what he was trying to impress upon you at that bar there, where you were going on about Einstein and Jonas Salk.
Do you have a soulmate? Somebody who challenges you?
Shakespeare, Nietzsche, Frost, O'Connor, Kant, Pope, Locke.
That's great. They're all dead. You don't have a lot of dialogue with them. You can't give back to them, Will.
Without some serious smelling salts and a heater.
That's what I'm saying.
Deflect, deflect, deflect.
I just have a little question here. You could be a janitor anywhere. Why did you work at the most prestigious technical college in the whole world?
Checkmate.
You sneak around at night and finish other people's formulas that only 1 or 2 people in the world could do, and then lie about it. Because I don't see a lot of honor in that, Will. So what do you really want to do?
What's going to be your retort, huh? What's the witticism you got brewing?
I want to be a shepherd.
Listen, you're not going to answer my questions. You're wasting my time.
What? I thought we were friends. What do you mean you...
Playtime's over. Okay?
Well, why are you kicking me out, Sean? You're lecturing me on life? Look at you, you burnout. Where's your soulmate? You want to talk about soulmates? Where is she?
Dead.
That's right, she's fucking dead.
She's so fervent, so much passion.
Oh, if you played a hand and you lost. Some people lose a big hand like that and have the sack to ante up again.
Look at me.
Acting is unbelievable.
What do you want to do? But I ask you a very simple question, and you can't give me a straight answer, because you don't know.
Oh, so much fear, uncertainty. Both arrogant and has low self-esteem. It moves me. He said, I thought we were friends. But he had to draw that line of professionalism. Like, no, we're getting at something here.
So,
not gonna be just a construction worker.
Well, you know, I never really cared about that.
Yeah.
I love you.
Come on, please say it back, brother.
Take care.
Oh, man.
Bye.
That's excruciating. He's inhibited. He's repressed. That faculty of expression is not in his possession right now. Oh, man. Will. What will you do? This is a Crucible, which is a book I haven't read. An inability to answer the question, what do you want to do?
I'm sitting in your office and the boy isn't here. It was 5:10. An hour and 10 minutes late. Well, if he doesn't show up and I file a report saying he wasn't here and he goes back to jail, it won't be on my conscience.
Oh, he's making his intentions plain here. Threatening him, holding jail over his head. I like the screenwriting. The screenwriting is brilliant, man. How old were they when they wrote this? It's crazy. Wonderkins.
So, when are you done with those meetings? Yeah, they gonna hook you up with a job or what? Sit in a room and do long division for the next 50 years. Probably make some nice bank, though. Look, you're my best friend, so don't take this the wrong way. In 20 years, if you're still living here, still working construction, I can kill you. That's not a threat. What? That's a fact. I'll kill you. What are you talking about?
Oh, I love their dynamic here.
I owe it to myself to do this. That what if I don't want to? No. You don't owe it to yourself. You owe it to me. 'Cause tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'll be 50. And I'll still be doing it. That's all right. That's fine.
Saying seize an opportunity, best friend.
I mean, you're sitting on a winning lottery ticket. You're too much of a to cash it in. Because I'd do anything to have what you got. So would any of these guys.
Got that dirty word, potential. It's a shame and a disgrace if I wake up 50 years and you're still here.
But every day I come by your house and I pick you up. You know what the best part of my day is? For about 10 seconds from when I pull up to the curb when I get to your door. Because I think maybe I'll get up there and I'll knock on the door and you won't be there. No goodbye, no see you later, no nothing. Just left.
Oh, that's moving, man. That's a beautiful portrait of a friend. Sitting on a winning lottery ticket, afraid to cash it in. It couldn't have been expressed better than that utterance.
Why is he hiding? Why doesn't he trust anybody? The first thing that happened to him, he was abandoned by the people who were supposed to love him the most.
Oh, come on.
He pushes people away before they have a chance to leave him. It's a defense mechanism, all right? And for 20 years, he's been alone because of that. And if you push him right now, it's going to be the same thing all over again, and I'm not going to let that happen to him.
It's going to be a recipe for disaster, man. It's going to be his breaking point.
I won't see you make him feel like a failure, too.
He won't be a failure, Sean.
But if you push him...
He's really fighting for him. He is really Will's champion.
Because I was pushed and because I learned to push myself.
You get that?
I can come back.
Oh, look at that framing. The professor and Sean, the therapist, both see themselves in Will and how his trajectory can unfold. They're trying to mold him in a particular way.
This is your file. Send it back to the judge for evaluation.
Oh. Hey, you're not gonna fail me, are you? What's it say?
Want to read it?
Why?
Take a little gander, huh? Peruse it at your leisure.
20 years of counseling. I've seen some pretty awful
I mean, have you had any experience with that?
personally.
That's horrifying, man.
My father was an alcoholic, mean drunk. He'd come home hammered, looking to wail on somebody.
Don't depict it.
So I'd provoke him so he wouldn't go after my mother and little brother. Interesting nights were when he wore his rings.
He used to just put a wrench, a stick, and a belt on the table and just say choose.
Well, I gotta go with the belt there, Vanna.
I used to go with the wrench.
Psychological torture on top of the beating.
Your foster father.
Yeah. Will has an attachment disorder. Is it all that stuff? Fear of abandonment. Is that why I broke up with Skylar?
I didn't know you had. Wanna talk about it?
He can both see himself and have an inability to change it because it's so deeply entrenched into every fiber of his being.
You see this? This is not your fault.
Yeah, I know that.
Look at me, son. It's not your fault.
I know.
Oh, he used the word son. Not Chief.
It's not your fault. I know. No, you don't. It's not your fault. I know. It's not your fault. All right? It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Don't with me.
Oh, he's got him. He's opening the kimono.
It's not your fault.
Don't with me, all right? Don't with me, Sean, not you.
It's not your fault.
That's remarkably sad, man. He's speaking to the 10-year-old Will, who just downloaded all that negativity. Oh, man. That's making me vulnerable. Oh, I love their relationship so much. Both from Southie. Both dealt with parental physical abuse and emotional. Both have their wits about them. Smart characters. Wicked smart. Got dealt a bad hand. But what do you do from that? What do you do with that information? Okay, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. Good Will Hunting indeed. This is lovely and excruciating portraiture here. How they're painting these characters. I don't want to take the hack interpretation saying he had a light bulb moment, but I think he had a light bulb moment.
Yeah, I'm Will Hunting. I'm here about a position.
Oh man, that scene between Sean and Will had such a gravitational pull and velocity and emotional weight. I'm tempted to rewind it and watch it again, but I'll finish it. I'll finish the movie.
But I went down there and I talked to my boss and my new boss. You see my...
Congratulations.
Thanks. So that's it? So we're done?
Yeah, that's it. You're done. You're a free man.
Just want you to know, Sean, that...
You're welcome, Will.
So, you know, I hope we keep...
That's so touching.
Hope we keep in touch, you know?
Yeah, me too. I'll be traveling around a bit. It'll be a little hard, but I've got an answering machine at the college I'll be checking in with.
I hope they, man, keep in touch. They keep up correspondence.
Yeah, you know, I figured I'd put my money back on the table and see what kind of cards I get.
Shuffle the cards.
You do what's in your heart, son, you'll be fine.
I don't know why this is affecting me like this is. This is great writing.
Thank you, Will.
It just violate the patient-doctor relationship.
Only if you grab my ass.
That's where we draw the line.
Hey, good luck, son.
Son. It's not unimportant to use such language in this context, in this scenario. But ¿dónde está Skylar?
Come on. All right, who's first? Oh, boy. Who's your present?
Oh,
Come on, Rod. What?
fellas.
We knew you had to get back and forth to Cambridge for your new job. Logan wanted to get you a T-pad.
Fellas, you legitimately shouldn't have.
21 now, so...
You're legally allowed to drink, so we figured the best thing for you, kid, was a car.
It's just what the doctor ordered. Oh, man. I wish... Please let me know that I just missed the Good Will Hunting sequel. because I would love for those characters, Sean and Will, to have a trajectory, another meet. That's a delightful callback. One day I wish I come up to your house and you're not there. Well, by Jove, your wish is my command. It's dawning on him. The realization like, oh, holy cannoli, he done did it. He done made Chucky Boy proud.
Sean, if the professor calls about that job, just tell him, sorry. I had to go see about a girl. Will.
You got that straight, you did.
He stole my line.
This is a phenomenal picture. This is a phenomenal picture. I mean, look, man, I am flabbergasted. All of my flabbers are gasted right now at the exercise of skill here. And I am going to look up how young Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were, because this is a profound, moving picture. Emphasis on moving, because it moves the emotions, it moves the spirit and the intelligence. Not to mention the visual landscape. I'll also be interested to see who was behind the camera, because the push-ins at the right moments, the close-ups, the zoom-outs, the pull-outs, it's all visual language mastery and bravura that leaves my mind reeling with appreciation. Matt Damon stars Will Hunting, Good Will Hunting, anybody, as this put upon genius working at a well-known Ivy League school as a janitor. He got dealt a bad hand, and we see him undergo a process of healing facilitated by Robin Williams' therapist, Sean. I don't remember his last name, and that process is something to behold, because you can see there's a defensive barrier that he's able to ward off, parry, and evade any kind of attacks or emotional overtures, because he hasn't healed the childhood wound of being a foster child, of being emotionally and physically abused. And those pictures that are in his file, brutal. I mean, it's unbearable. It's intolerable just to look at. So just imagine what Will the character went through to get to where he is today. And I like the characterization of his friend group. You know, they are each other's support group. And when Chucky, Ben Affleck's character, says, hey, look, man, you know, Will had all but given up on his, I want to say, dream of becoming in this world, this academic world. And he saw him like withering and like shying away from that. But he's like, no. All things being equal, let's make nothing uncertain about this, that you have the potential, you're intelligent. If I wake up and you're with me, which is nothing wrong with, you know, being a construction worker or anything of this blue collar work. But if you're with me, I will deem it a shame and a disgrace, because what you have at your fingertips and what you're able to do with ease, like the average Joe Blow would dream of and pine after. Idea of both at once, a blue collar and an elite. Blue collar in finances, elite in intelligence. And the way you're able to marry that and bring this, actualize this character, was beautiful to witness. Beautiful to witness. And the way it's explained is, hey, sometimes like Mozart, Beethoven, they can just play. Well, the way I'm able to solve these conundrums, mathematical conundrums, is just, hey, I just can. And some people, you're just gifted that way. And I appreciate the movie is driving that point home. And he's trying to open up, but he's fighting himself, his own self-image, his own insecurities, his own repression and inhibition are precluding his evolving and letting, what was her name? Letting Skylar in, moving with her to California because he loves her. But once he peel back the curtain a little bit and say, oh, you don't have 12 brothers. Oh, you live in a 1-bedroom shack. It was too much for him to bear. And that's when it started to unravel. And boy, oh boy, Robin Williams is, oh man. I didn't know he had range like this. Like, I know he's talented because I see his stand-up and his improv abilities off the dome, extemporaneous on like talk shows and interviews. The guy was quick as insert metaphor here, you know? And to see him take a dramatic turn makes me want to, oh, wait a second. I think I saw him in World's Greatest Dad. Now that I'm thinking of, I have seen a Robin Williams picture. I think I saw it in the theater. It was random. Like, I didn't even know he was in it. I digress. But yeah, I like seeing his chops here. Knowing I primarily know him for his comedic ability, but this here, man, he's able to dig deep and put forth this brilliant performance. It's brilliant, nothing short of brilliant, because they're both from South Boston, Southie, if you will, and I hope that you would. And they both were abused by the person who they were supposed to be able to trust. So they both had difficulties letting each other in. And I like the parallel of the professor and Sean's relationship kind of mirroring the possibility, the future, like the prognosis of Will. Because they both are contained in him, and they were battle. There was a battle, emotional, psychological battle of this character. And I like bearing witness to this as an audience member. And that one scene when he was like, "It's not your fault." I mean, yeah, he called him son. At first it was chief, and then son. And that was the password to enter into Will's psyche and emotions, because you saw it's like Matt Damon was able to project and convey this profound emotion of hurt and emotionally unraveled nature he found himself in for being born with this lot. He got dealt a bad hand, and he was able to convey such a youth. Like, he is young, but you can saw a little glimmer in his eye of the child, because what's the quote? The boy is the father of the man, after all, right? The boy is the tree, and the acorn does not fall far from aforementioned tree. So yeah, this is an astoundingly good movie. This is awe-inspiring. This is sublime. But the fulcrum of this movie is Robin Williams' counselor character, Sean. Because he sees, Will got the better of him in the first meeting by pointing out the painting and basically psychoanalyzing and profiling him to the T. But, upon further consideration, Sean was able to peel back the layer and take the zoom out a little bit, because that first interaction, he was hot. He choked him, he said, "My guy, tread carefully." But he was not able to see the forest for the trees until he had a moment to think about it. It took him to that, lake with the swans, and really had a heart-to-heart and really, level with them and kind of categorized all the emotions and psychology and the notion of where they've mutually gone through, what they both have mutually gone through, and Will's specific case. And he's like, "Hey, what did he say? I can't learn anything about you that I can't read in a gosh darn book." And which dovetails perfectly to later when Sean is talking about the idea of love or trusting someone or opening up to someone. He was like, "Do you have anybody like that?" He was like, "Yeah, I got Chuck." He was like, "We know they'll lay in traffic for you, but do you have anyone you can open up emotionally, intellectually?" He started reading like Nietzsche and stuff, which if you haven't read Nietzsche, come on, dude. Beyond Good and Evil and the genealogy of morality rocked my world. But he started naming people like Nietzsche and other like Robert Frost, who are no longer with us, which their works have made their impact on the world, but they aren't like breathing, living beings. They aren't your contemporary in the living sense. And I appreciate that notion, that point he's making. That you got to have that someone. And in a perfect world, if one has one's druthers, you have someone you can open up to on every facet of your being. He didn't want to introspect. Introspection is a real B word, bro. It is. Being forced to look at yourself in the mirror, for better or for worse, the good and the bad, examining how you think, which is meta in itself, examining how you feel and your processes. And when you throw in childhood trauma, boy, I would wish that on my worst enemy. because that can be trying, to say the least. To severely understated, it can be trying. This is a great film, and I can continue talking about it, but you know, I think I want to, you know, read some reviews. Every time I watch a good film, I am eager to read a review by the one, the only Roger Ebert. So I'm about to do that now. And I'm also going to look at who was behind. Not only did Matt Damon and Ben Affleck write this, did they direct it? Surely not, because it's my understanding that this was their first go around. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching this with me. And I'm glad I can finally cross this off my list. Classics that I've never seen. To support the channel, like this video, leave me some comments down below. For the algorithm, the elusive, hard to pin down algorithm, subscribe if you haven't already. We're up to, last I checked, I'm 7,100 subscribers. I doff my proverbial cap. You guys are the best, man. Can't do this without you. This line of work is meaningful to me. Modest as it is, it's meaningful to me. Shout out to the internet. Shout out to Al Gore, who created the internet. Jokes, comedy. And thank you. A heartfelt thank you goes out to my patron members over there on the Patreon, Mr. Valentine Reacts, who are getting unedited, full-length, early access to all of my movies. And a special shout out goes to my Superior Cupidity tier. Those members are getting early access, but they're also choosing movies for me to watch this month. So if that tickles your fancy, come on in, the water's fine. Thank you to DeAndre Flyboy, V-Dubs, Mega Reacts, Becky A, Joshua, and I Like to Stay Home. Appreciate your support. And also, a special thanks goes to my Prestige Worldwide members over there on the Patreon who are getting full-length, unedited reactions. Russian Paul, KDS, Owen, Robert M, Trevor, Jake M, Niz8, Andrew C, Fizz U, Kevin C, and Danae N. Appreciate you guys. And to all of my Valentine card holders who are getting early YouTube access. And this was a hoot and a half. Dare I say a hoot and 3/4. Thank you for sticking around this long. This was Good Will Hunting, I think in the late 90s, if I'm not mistaken. A memorable film. A, dare I say, perfect film. Acting and writing across the board. Every aspect of this movie is unimpeachable to me. Leave me some comments if you can detect some, because my first go around watching this movie, I cannot see nary a problem with this. Beautiful cinematic rendering. But as always, till we meet again.